Academy of Art University Urban Nights Update is next. Coming up, the one cable car ride that will take you to see many of San Francisco's best tourist spots.
With Halloween just around the corner, we've got lots of tricks and treats. How the old San Francisco Mint has been transformed into a spine-tingling experience.
And if you still haven't figured out your costume for Halloween, we've got plenty of ideas.
Plus, a ghostly tour of San Francisco landmark, just in time for the spookiest of holidays. All that and more next on Urban Nights Update.
Hi there, and thanks for joining us at Academy of Art University Urban Nights Update. Minjin Kim is sitting in with me. I'm Rashad Williams, and here's what's happening. The next step towards the impeachment of President Donald Trump will happen this Thursday. That's when House Speaker Nancy Pelosi will call for a vote to formalize the impeachment inquiry procedures. Up until now, the Democrats have been holding a series of committee impeachment inquiries that's to determine if there's enough evidence to impeach the president. This now moves the committee process and gives all the members of Congress the opportunity to take a stand. This newest move now formally legitimizes the investigation and counteracts Republicans' claim that it was never a legal procedure.
Efforts to put out the massive Kincaid fire in Northern California are not working. As of Monday, this aggressive wildfire has burned more than 66,000 acres and destroyed more than 96 structures in Sonoma County. During this weekend, about 185,000 people have been evacuated and 80,000 homes are at risk. This is the largest wildfire in the state and the largest mass evacuation in Sonoma County.
Fires are also threatening Southern California, with the new fire danger being fires in the Brentwood area of Los Angeles. Firefighters are batting with what's being called the Getty Fire. Along the 405 freeway near the Getty Center, 10,000 homes were evacuated in the early morning hours of Monday, including the house owned by NBA star LeBron James. The fires in Northern California and the danger of high winds combined with downing power lines has resulted in millions of power outages for PG&E customers in Northern California. Although the wind warnings ended Monday morning, the outages haven't ended yet. A red flag warning has been issued starting Tuesday due to extreme fire weather. Officials said power is being restored in Morga, but PG&E has announced it may perform another massive shutoff that could begin at 4:30 a.m. Tuesday. City officials in Berkeley said that 7,000 customers or about 21,000 residents are still without power Monday afternoon and could remain in the dark until Friday if the utility company just decides to extend the outages.
One of San Francisco's busiest streets will become car-free in January 2020. The goal of revamping Market Street into a multi-use area where walking, bicycles, and scooters make up the main form of transportation. The sidewalks will be widened to have more area for foot traffic, and trees will be planted to create an urban green space. The city's plan was recently approved to redesign Market Street to become more public transit friendly.
San Francisco officials are threatening to pull support for a $100 billion contract that would improve the Caltrain transportation into the city. Officials claim it would be too hard and expensive to catch a BART to Muni, also connecting to an AC transit. They are trying to shorten the ride from a long ride to a much shorter ride in the Bay Area. Daily commuters on Caltrain should stay tuned to see how the progress of this project.
The cable car is a huge part of San Francisco history and plays a vital role in the city's tourist economy. Did you know that one trip on the Powell Hyde cable car can drop you at some of San Francisco's top sites? Ryan Gamboa has the story.
a ring of a bell that almost anyone's ear could recognize. San Francisco's hottest attraction, the cable car, with 62 different stops throughout the city, all of which give you a taste of classic San Francisco. The Powell and Hyde cable car line opened in 1957, and this specific route is home to some of San Francisco's favorite sights and views. It begins in the financial district, stretching its way through Union Square, Nob Hill, Chinatown, Russian Hill, Lombard Street, Ghirardelli Square, and Fisherman's Wharf, with breathtaking views of Alcatraz, Coit Tower, and the Golden Gate Bridge. In a single one-way trip, a number of sites can be crossed off your list, and for visitors having only limited time in San Francisco, it is a great way to tour. Donovan Hernandez shared how he found his way to the cable car.
I'm from Woodland, California. I'm here in the city visiting with a few friends. I met someone in Union Square. They told me to experience the Powell and Hyde cable car. I heard it was very scenic and it'd be a good experience, so I'm here at the Union Square stop waiting to aboard the cable car. Thank you.
As someone recommended this line to Donovan, after one ride, the proof is in the pudding. Union Square ambassador Enosh Al-Cairo works for a program that gives tourists guidance in their way to visit San Francisco. In fact, the Powell and Hyde cable car is the only line that he recommends.
Unless they're specifically looking for the other line, which is Powell and Mason. Powell Hyde cable car, like you said, hits all the spots for San Francisco. And I usually recommend that they get off at Lombard Street and walk around the neighborhood from there instead of taking it the whole way. Because they can really explore the neighborhood, because the best way is either by walking or bike.
The cable car is the classic San Francisco experience, and for those who are only in town for a few hours or one day, a ride by yourself or with the kids, there is no better way to dive into the culture than this pastime. In San Francisco, I'm Ryan Gamboa for Urban Nights Update.
You can ride the Powell Hyde cable car for just $7. The trains run every day with the last departure at midnight. San Francisco landscape has certainly changed with all the new buildings. Alec Golembiewski joins us with an interview with an aspiring architect who also has dreams of being an entrepreneur. Alex?
Hi, we're here with Gio Villanueva, up-and-coming architect and entrepreneur. Nice to have you here, Gio.
Thank you, appreciate it.
So what brought you here to the city?
Ultimately, I was originally going to San Diego Christian, and then I transferred here just because of baseball and architecture. Just baseball is something I've been doing my whole life, and architecture is what I've been interested as well.
So what made you pursue architecture?
As a young kid, you obviously want to hear the kids be like, oh yeah, I want to be a firefighter policeman. But for me, I just love playing with Legos. It's just something really interesting, and just always wanted to be part of that.
Nice. So I know living in the city can be expensive, and I know you have two side businesses. Do you mind explaining those?
Yeah. The first one is cutting hair. I pretty much started that last year. I don't know, I just needed some money, wanted to cut some people's hair, and they just started coming to me. And then the other one is going to Goodwill stores and just finding things that I like, finding things that other people might like, and just reselling them. So yeah.
So I noticed you said cutting hair as your first job. So how did you really get into cutting hair? Like, what made you?
So like in high school, I've always wanted to have my hair cut a certain way. A bunch of barbers just never really could do that, so I started cutting my own hair. And one of the guys asked me, he was like, "Hey, I like your hair." I was like, "Can you do that on me?" I was like, I guess. I never really cut hair before, so I can try. It took me about 2.5 hours, 3 hours, but now I'm down to like 55 minutes.
So having a lot of people like come in, like the availability, like how's that? Like people coming in to work?
So at first it was tough, just trying to figure out. People text me and I try to figure out, but now I have a system where I have a little website where you can pretty much just go onto it and then just book your own appointments. So that's based off my schedule, and then you can just figure out according to you.
Awesome. So like I said, living in the city is tough and is expensive, as you know. So how are you able to manage it without having a job, still having to study, and then having your two little side businesses going?
You know, it's tough. I was fortunate enough to have 2 roommates as well. So we currently live sort of in the tenderloinish area, and we pay pretty much about $800. So I'm sort of covering my little side expenses like groceries here and there, and then obviously my parents are paying for the other half. So, but yeah, it's sort of a grind just going from architecture to this now.
That's tough, man.
Yeah.
I gotta give you,
Thank you.
props.
Appreciate it.
Well, thanks for coming in, man. Appreciate it. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Alex and Gio. Already a unique street today, Lombard was even more interesting a few years ago. In 2009, they made the whole street a candy land for an afternoon to honor the game's 60th anniversary. Adults were dressed up as the characters of the game, and the kids were the pieces. However, in 2016, the residents around the area were saddened that the street would average 250 vehicles per hour, causing a lot of traffic. It was so bad that the San Francisco County Transportation thought of charging $10 worth of toll. But this was later shut down by Governor Gavin Newsom. Let's just hope they find a way to make it less congested. Not just the kids, but even bands dress up during Halloween. Bay Area-based musicians are getting together to perform at the Elbow Room in Oakland. Rob Saget, a group that normally doesn't play during Halloween, will perform and dressed up in queer costumes. Before this, the band has come out as Kiss, the Star Trek crew, Zombies, and many more. They will be joined by older son, who's bringing in the classic from the 60s and 70s. Covers of Prince, Chaka Khan, and Misfits will open up the show. Haunted House is coming back to San Francisco Mint Plaza for this Halloween season with chilly horror events. I want to find out more. This is the old San Francisco Mint. When gold was discovered in California, thousands traveled west with the dream of money. The first mint was created in 1854, and by 1874, the San Francisco Mint was opened by the need of the mint on the west. The San Francisco Mint was operated as a currency issue until 1937 and was designated as a National Historic Landmark in 1961. Beloved by the residents, the Mint Plaza has been reopened as Terror Ball for this Halloween weekend. I'm standing in front of Mint Plaza where the Halloween event is taking place. The old San Francisco Mint has hosted a Halloween event since last year. You can experience 21 horror attractions for 45 minutes, from haunted maze to escape room and performance. Since last year, the horror experience receives good comments from the participants.
Great experience. I thought the downstairs was going to be larger than it actually was, but it was still a good experience.
Yeah, I like the interactive piece of it. There's where they touch you, they follow you, you get wet, they feed you things. So overall, that's kind of interactive experience.
It was really good. It's really, really funny, very interactive, lots of good stories around it, lots of good rooms, and really good effects and makeup and costume. And it's very elaborate, so it's a great time.
It's so scary. Yeah, but I love it. Actually, it's our round 2 tonight. Yeah, we did the first one. It is really fun. We just bought a ticket for the second one. Yeah, we really had a great time here. Yeah, I hope you come and visit.
The Terror Vault at Mint runs from October 10th to November 10th. At San Francisco Mint, Minjin Kim from Urban Nights Update. Prices for admission range from $10 to $50.
Trick or treat will be different for some kids this Halloween. The new Chill Pumpkin Project gives the opportunity to kids with food restrictions to not feel left out. Instead, they will receive treats other than food. All you have to do is register to be on the project map, which shows which houses are safe for kids to trick or treat. Cities like Redding have already joined the program, so all kids can enjoy the holiday equally. Halloween is right around the corner, and you still can't decide what to wear. Selena Alhona Alcazar is bringing us information about that, about what are the most popular costumes in 2019.
The year is about to end, and the holiday season is just beginning, starting with one of the most awaited celebrations, Halloween.
Here I am outside the Halloween costume store, a soft party where a lot of people is trying to find the perfect Halloween costume for this next Halloween. Let's see what they're looking for.
Since the beginning of October, people start looking for the best look for Halloween. Some people look for a classic, funny, scary, or sexy looks to show off a great costume better than the year before.
For a Halloween costume, so I don't really know what I want to wear, and the thing is I want something different. I think that you cannot find people with that, so I will see if I can find something.
Some people is tired of having the same classic costume from movies every year. Everyone is looking for something more different and unique. There is a new 2019 Halloween trend.
I'm a co-worker here in the SF party, and a lot of people come here to. This year they coming because to get a lot of aliens because the Area 51 thing. So they coming for a lot of aliens thing. Some people like to be like a food, hamburger, cucumbers, and those kind of stuff. Like they trying to be funny in Halloween, so they enjoying coming here at SF party.
Here's my famous costume is food, but it's not only a funny hot dog. With that came out a sexy chicken sandwich costume designed by Yandy. Website, there's an online clothing store. That is something that people wouldn't ever imagine. Sexy and funny sandwich costumes. Let's see if we'll sold out like Popeye's chicken sandwich. In San Francisco, I'm Selena Arjona Cazar for Urbanites Update.
Who would imagine that food would become in one of the most wanted costumes for Halloween? Thanks, Elena.
There's some spooky tricks that you can ask your Amazon Echo to do this Halloween. Do you want spooky sounds playing at home? You can ask Alexa to start spooky Halloween sounds and it will play on a continuous loop. Looking for a spooky game to play? Alexa has a few games, but the most popular interactive game is called the Magic Door. It will lead you to the witches mentioned in Search of the Wise Wizard. Do you want to listen to a spooky story? Alexa will play you a short story voiced by an actor. You can even ask Alexa for Halloween costumes ideas as well as some Halloween jokes. Halloween is also here, and parents have a sweet way to make a trick-or-treating more inclusive and enjoyable for kids with autism. By using a blue bucket to signify a child with autism, it could make Halloween less stressful for them. A mother took to Facebook and shared the story of her 3-year-old son who is nonverbal and the new technique to ensure people who hand out candy understand he has a disability. Her post went viral and quickly gained mass attention, which helped spread the word.
The 49ers Foundation and Pro Football Hall of Famer Jerry Rice had announced the second annual bowling challenge. They are using the event as a way to give back to the fans and community. The event will take place on Monday at Bowmore Coprinto. This event will allow fans and local Silicon Valley businesses to set up bowling teams of 6 with a current and former 49ers player or other local sports celebrity, serving as celebrity bowlers. The money raised at the event will go back to Bay Area youth. Let's head to the sports room where Rabba Woolley tells us the latest Urban Nights news.
Hello everyone, and welcome to our Urban Nights sports segment, the one you were waiting for. From volleyball to cross country, our nights were quite remarkable the past week. Let's start with our volleyball team, which keeps winning, and this is good. They won against Fresno with an impeccable 3-0 match, which is their 5th victory in their past 6 matches. And yet, it was not easy to win. The Sunbirds were working their way back, but middle blockers Jillian Wetton, Carly Evans, and outside hitter Selena responded to their offensives pretty well. The Urban Knights will be back on the volleyball court this Wednesday for a 7 p.m. road match at Holy Names. Good luck for them. Our cross-country team has been doing really well since the beginning of the season. They proved again how fit they are, and they delivered impressive runs at the San Francisco State Invitational in their sanctuary, the Golden Gate Park. Here we have a great drone shot of the park. This place, they know it really well. As an athlete myself, I can tell that there is no such feeling as racing on your own field, with your friends and family cheering you on. Averaging slightly over 6 minutes a mile, Hasna Karu crossed the finish line in 3rd place, followed by Audrey Rosencrantz and Natalia Novak, who both respectively finished 6th and 8th. Here are their thoughts about the race.
I think the race was, overall, it was really nice to be running somewhere that we're comfortable with. Like, we practice on the polo fields a lot, so it was nice to be here.
We were together with Audrey, and that helped me get through that part, and then it was easier to finish because we were like pushing each other.
Looking forward to the PAC-West Conference Championships, more and more international student athletes come to the US as it allows them to conciliate both sport and study. Consulting agencies working along with the schools are on the rise, and here is a short video I produced for USA Project, a French agency, telling the story of our 3 urbanites once in a lifetime adventure in San Francisco.
Cette aventure, elle n'est pas arrivée par hasard. On a travaillé dur pour la vivre. On a eu l'opportunité de partir à l'autre bout du monde, là où tout est possible, là où les choses sont grandes. Ici, on nous donne tout pour réussir. On est fiers, confiants et motivés.
À l'université, on se spécialise dans ce qu'on a toujours voulu faire. On apprend de nouvelles techniques dans une nouvelle langue. On se construit autour d'un projet, entouré de professionnels. Chaque jour, on se rapproche de nos objectifs, dans les salles de cours, mais aussi en dehors.
Le sport américain, c'est différent. On s'ouvre et on s'adapte pour devenir meilleur. On s'entraîne pour gagner, représenter notre équipe et tous ceux qui croient en nous. Toujours avec la même passion.
Aujourd'hui, on peut dire qu'on vit notre rêve américain, une chance unique que l'on savoure à l'autre bout du monde. Une expérience qui vaut de l'or.
Cette aventure qui a changé notre vie, si on peut la vivre aujourd'hui, c'est grâce à USA Project.
Thanks for tuning in. I'm Rabah Wali for your Urban Nights update.
Urban Nights Updates, Ryan Gamboa is ready to join us to give you a glimpse of this week's entertainment news.
Today we're going to cover a few hot topics that are floating through the pop culture air, so sit back, grab that popcorn, and let's take a look at one of 2019's hottest songs that has taken over the World Series. Baby Shark doo 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 doo, Baby Shark doo 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 doo, Baby Shark. That's right, Baby Shark. Baby Shark has become the Washington Nationals theme song throughout their 2019 World Series playoff run. Nationals outfielder Gerardo Parra was looking to swim out his way out of an 0-for-23 slump in June when he chose this toddler tune as his walk-up music to the plate. What Parra says was trying something new turned into electrifying a franchise, making their most historic playoff run. Best of luck to you, Nationals. Okay, movie lovers, it's time to throw it back and reminisce on October 2018. Well, why? Because we need more. That's right. A Star is Born was released just over a year ago in theaters last October. Starring Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga, A Star is Born skyrocketed a soundtrack to the top of the music charts with hits like Shallow and Maybe It's Time. I'll quit my yammering so y'all can enjoy. Now this movie is like fine wine. It gets better with age, and I highly recommend. Now I have some news that isn't just a bunch of hocus pocus. Disney has released that Jen D'Angelo, producer and actress of Workaholics, will be writing the script for a Hocus Pocus sequel. For the Pocus fans out there, this is some exciting news, but it is sad that this is all we know at this point. Just know that a sequel to a fan favorite is in the near future. Now, continuing with Disney, they have recently started a trend of recreating some of their classic animated films into live-action movies. We recently saw this with Lion King. Now, Lady and the Tramp will be re-released in theaters this November 12th as a live-action film. Let's take a look at their trailer.
Whoa, Snob Hill.
There we go. I got my collar. I got it.
Let me just take a little guess here. You're the center of your people's universe, right?
You could say that. Your family's just about perfect. Don't. Please don't.
Well,
Lady! Help me get this thing off.
I'm sorry.
This is not awkward at all.
This way. Yeah, it's totally safe.
I'm not gonna do that. You're crazy.
You don't know the half of it.
Now, that's just as precious as the first time I saw it. Whoopi Goldberg is back for 39 shows next year. Whoopi will be taking over the stage as Dolores in Sister Act, the Divine musical comedy in London. She will be alongside Jennifer Saunders, who plays Mother Superior. Now, let me say, brace yourself, sisters. Mary Clarence is back in the act. And that's all I have for you today in Urban Nights Update Entertainment News. I'm Ryan Gamboa. Back to you.
Thanks, Ryan, for that great entertainment section. Halloween is almost approaching. You know what that means? We're in spooky season. What's a better way to celebrate than to see all the spooky attractions in San Francisco? Ghost Hunt Walking Tour, My Compost picks up the story.
Hello again and welcome to the San Francisco Ghost Hunt Walking Tour. Again, my name is Christian. Thank you for being here tonight.
San Francisco Ghost Hunt Tour has been going on for over 20 years. It takes place in the Pacific Heights side of the city. The tour takes you on a mile walk to places that have been historically reported haunted. I talked with a few tourists to get some insight of their experiences on the tour.
I'm a fan of ghosts. That's why I get other people interested in ghosts.
I never heard. John introduced me to this, invited me to it, and I loved. I was very intrigued. I think learning about the history of San Francisco was amazing in an intriguing way, I would say.
On past tours of Pacific Heights, people have spotted orbs in their photos, felt cold spots, and also spirits are known to throw acorns at visitors.
They're all going to see a young girl in a white dress walking down the middle of the street. It's actually
I spoke with the owner and tour guide, Christian Kajkul. He talks about the experiences he has encountered throughout the years of doing this tour.
Well, just tonight, we just had somebody have a piece of fence hit them on their back, and they were standing a good, 8 feet away from the fence. It's very common where acorns at the trees of Mary Ellen Pleasant will kind of seem to pelt people on the back. Things will happen in this hotel sometimes, usually with the lights flickering at weirdly the right time at some point, as if answering a question I posed during my talk. Weird things have happened all the time during the tour. Whether or not they are ghosts, I let you decide, but they are weird things that seem to have happened during the tour.
This tour is only $20, so you better book your tour before it ends on November 3rd. In San Francisco, I'm Amaya Campos Crespo for Urban Nights Update.
That's it for this Halloween edition of Academy of Art University Urban Nights Update. For everyone here, thanks for joining us. I'm Minjin Kim.
And I'm Rashad Williams. Have a safe Halloween. See you back next time.